go and win a world title at 8 different weights over 20 years, like, tell me now he's not one of the best athletes on the planet.
This is Jonathan Aguilar, fifth Pro Boxing fans, joined by Tom Welland, Unbeaten super bantamweight, who's in action this Friday at York Hall. Tom, good to meet you. We were just saying about your time in Vegas sparring Usyk Carrington. Just talk to us a bit about that first of all.
Yeah, it was a great spar. We had a great spar, good work out there, you know, and you can see why he's one of the highly rated prospects sort of worldwide. The hype around him is real, you know, and we had some great work. We lined up with each other, and we are going to go back and spar him soon. We're going to hopefully just go back out there in Vegas and not just spar Bruce, but sort of get around, because the work out there is just next to none. You know, it's great work out there, and to see where we're improving and where we're going on again. So yeah, it's great work though.
What would you say the difference is when you're out in Vegas compared to sparring in the UK? I noticed like the gyms seem like a lot hotter, and you know, it feels a bit more intense.
The environment in Vegas is again, like you say, it's so much hotter. You know, it's a lot of verbal. They do bring the dog out in you. You know, the dog comes out in you, and if you haven't got any dog in you, you're going to struggle, because they spar. I mean, for example, me and Bruce were sparring 4-minute rounds and 30-second rest. You know, so it brings out the dog in you. You're having a proper tear up, you're having a proper fight, and again, once you get tired, you start to see yourself. It's a gut checking spar for anyone that goes out there. It's a gut checking spar, and then when you come back, you see that the sparring here is just so much different. The environment here is still intense here, but it's got nothing on the US in general. It's not just Vegas, but the US.
So when you go back out there again, who do you want to spar if you could spar one name?
Kamel Motton. I was meant to spar Kamel. We had a bit of a miscommunication. There wasn't. We were meant to spar. He wanted to spar the day after I sparred Bruce. So obviously, like any boxer say, I was battered after that spar, you know, and I couldn't have sparred the day after. And there's a bit of miscommunication. We didn't get to spar in the end, but we'll get out there. We'll get some good work again, and we'll also spar Bruce again. You know, we'll go out and spar all of them. We want to work with all the top prospects. You know, we want to learn off of everyone, take as many rounds as possible, and keep learning.
And just for those that haven't seen you fight before, tell us a bit about your background in boxing.
So I've been boxing now for about 8 years. We've been boxing for a long time. I boxed for England. I boxed for the Philippines international team. I won 3 national titles in the UK. And again, we're 3-0 with 2 knockouts as a pro now. And for what people are saying, I've got a good style. You know, I've got quite an exciting style. I go forward, I press the pace. I like being on the front foot and getting on top of people. So again, you can expect fireworks when I fight. So
just touch on that, the Philippines. So what, your background from the Philippines?
So my mum's half Filipino. So my mum's full Filipino. I'm half. And sort of, it was a bit of a growing connection. You know, they saw me fight a few times. They came to me. They said to me, "Would you fancy doing this? We know your situation with GB." I was like, "Yeah, okay." So I went over there. I trained for a little while. They put me onto their squad, and I'm still on their squad now. I'm hoping for a call up for the Olympics for the final Olympic qualifier in Bangkok. We're keeping our fingers crossed, and we're just waiting for it. But right now on the reserve as it goes. But they got the one behind Carlo Parlam, who's the Olympic silver medalist. So if he goes out there and qualifies and he does guys and qualifies, then one of those things. We'll just focus on my pro career. But he hasn't qualified yet, so the door's still open. But right now I'm focusing on my pro career.
I think they made the rule that pros can go back and fight in the Olympics. So I guess even if you don't get it this time, in 4 years you could potentially do it again.
Yeah, that's it. Obviously, there's a lot of speculation whether it will be there in the next 4 years with the Russian money and everything that's going on with the politics and whatever. But there is a certain rule. Obviously, yeah, I think it was an Uzbek went back 12-0. There's a couple of Keyshawn Davis, Shakur went back as well for Team USA. So a lot of people have been going back, but I keep hearing it's different. Sometimes I keep hearing 6-0. Then that Jalil Wolf was 12-0. So I don't know what the cut-off point is, but I know that I'm definitely under the threshold to go back. And if I come calling, I 100% go back.
I think it got rejected, but Manny Pacquiao wanted to. Well, it was reported that he wanted to go back and compete in the Olympics. What did you make of that?
I think it was great for Filipino boxing and professional boxing, to be honest, and amateur boxing altogether. I think it was great, but he's too old. He won't get sanctioned by the IBA. They have a cut-off at 39, so once you get to 39 or over, they won't sanction you. So he was too old. I knew that it was never going to happen, and I think a lot of other people knew that it wasn't going to happen just because of his age. If he was a little bit younger, then yeah, he would have been able to go. But one of those things, it's unfortunate he couldn't go because it would have brought a lot of attention, especially to the Philippines and to amateur boxing, and people would have watched it just for Pacquiao, you know. So it would have brought a lot of attention, but it's just one of those things, and it opens doors for everyone else. But again, that's life.
Sticking with Pacquiao, obviously him and Conor Benn did a face-off in Saudi Arabia. It's gone a bit quiet, but if those two were to fight, how do you think that would go?
I think it'd be a close fight, but I think Pacquiao would absolutely school him. I'm not saying Conor Benn's not that level, but Pacquiao is a special fighter. Even now, just as an all-round athlete, Pacquiao is the man, you know. To go and win a world title at 8 different weights over 20 years, like, tell me now he's not one of the best athletes on the planet. And I just think with Pacquiao's boxing IQ, the coaching, the people he's got around him, he'd have made that fight look easier. I'm not saying Conor Benn's not at that level. I'm saying he could be at that level, but right now in this stage of his career, regardless what age Pacquiao is, he'd have beat Conor Benn. But to be honest, I don't think it's a fight that needs to be entertained. I think there's bigger fights for Conor Benn. Pacquiao doesn't need to come back for that. I think Conor Benn at his weight has got other fights to look at. Look at Jaron Ennis. If he went out to 154, you got the Tim Hughes, Terence Crawford, Errol Spence. There's so many different fights that he can take, which are better fights than the Pacquiao fight. So I'm almost happy it's gone a bit quiet.
And right now, promotionally, you signed with Wasserman, or you're kind of sort of assessing your options?
No, I'm signed with Wasserman, so I'm got a long-term promotional contract with Wasserman, so I'll be here for a long time. And again, I like a story myself. I like going from the bottom to the top with the same people and with the same promotion. So I'm in good hands here, and the people are lovely. We get along well, and we're getting out and we're getting active.
And why did you choose them? As someone with your amateur pedigree, I'm sure all the promoters probably wanted you, or at least had some contact with you. Why did you choose them?
I like their hospitality. I like the people, and from what they promised me, what they offered me was just better than the other promotions. You know, I'm getting more fights. I'm getting more active. I'm on mainstream telly. This will be my Channel 5 debut. You know, on the main broadcast. So like, you can't get much better than that. I just think these sorts of shows are going to elevate me from being a good boxer to a great boxer, and then hopefully one of the best. You know, and this is what we want. And I like the story. I like the story of being with someone from the bottom to the top, and that's what I want to do.
2 quick ones coming up. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. How do you think that's going to go?
Ryan Garcia does not lay a glove on Devin Haney. Devin Haney is far too clever. I think Ryan Garcia is a great boxer. He's great in his own regard, but Devin Haney is one of the greatest. And obviously, I think Regis Prograis would have beat Ryan Garcia personally, just being too clever, too slick. And I think after the tank fight with Garcia, I think he's taken a bit of a wrong turn. I think it's a bit too quick to jump straight into a fight like the Devin Haney fight. You know, he's obviously boxed Oscar Duarte. I think he should have had another 1 or 2. Maybe just go through this year, just go through a couple of 12-rounders, put yourself in a position, and like, he's just moved to Derek James. You know, I just think everything's a bit too quick. So I think Devin Haney will absolutely school him.
Lastly, Fury Usyk also coming up May 18th. How do you think that one's going to go? Fury thinks he can beat him any way he wants.
I keep changing my mind on this fight, man. I can't pick on this fight. 1 minute I think Usyk will be too clever and a better athlete. The next minute I think Fury will be too big and move too well. But then Usyk's got good movement as well and cut the ring off. So I don't know. We'll have to see on the night. I can't call that one. I've got no idea.
I think a lot of people are thinking that. Tom, appreciate your time. Good luck Friday. Just tell everyone where to follow you.
Thank you. So obviously you can watch me live on Channel 5 Friday night, and also my socials, my Instagram's @TomWelland1 and my Twitter TomWelland04.
Tom, appreciate it.
Thank you, my friend.